You guys, we have our first full-length trailer of the Disney 2019 live-action remake of The Lion King, and I'm telling you right now, I am having just the hardest time holding back my complete and utter apathy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm having a hard time with the Disney remakes. I mean, I will say this for The Lion King, I'm not as concerned about it being completely bad as I am about Aladdin. Now, with the 2019 remake of The Lion King, the thing that weirds me out about it, that's got me confused, is how much they're leaning into the shot-for-shot reproductions. Don't get me wrong, I think remakes definitely have their place. I think a great example of that would be The Fly from the 1980s with Jeff Goldblum. That movie was made at a completely different time and place than the original, which was made in the 50s. Whereas the one in the 1980s was filled with all of the David Cronenberg horror. And it was pretty great because, to be honest, it was a lot scarier to audiences in the 80s than the 1958 version was, by that time. And what's incredible about the 1986 version is that the effects actually, by and large, still hold up today. That's an instance where a remake makes absolute sense. And then you've got, Psycho from the 1960s, the Alfred Hitchcock classic, and then you've got the almost shot-for-shot remake starring Vince Vaughn. And you watch that shot-for-shot remake, and it's like, it doesn't even really make you angry, it just makes you think, what was the purpose of this? And that's kind of how I felt as I've been watching the trailers for The Lion King, and it shows these shot-for-shot sequences. You in this most recent trailer, you see the montage of Simba growing while singing Hakuna Matata, and it looks the exact same. You've got that shot of Nala and Simba looking at each other from the original. There's all of these shots. Now, that being said, I don't want this to come across as if I'm completely cynical. I will say this, Jon Favreau definitely proved himself. I was very impressed with the technical accomplishments of The Jungle Book. I've only watched it once because it wasn't like a terribly memorable or fantastic movie, but I do remember being very impressed with what they were able to accomplish, and I have to admit, looking at the scenes that we have seen of The Lion King, it's incredibly impressive what they've been able to do. I mean, the nuances that you can get in these characters' faces while still having them look like animals, it's incredible how far we've come with that technology. But the thing is, with animated movies, I feel like, particularly the Disney hand-drawn animations, they encapsulate the time that they were made while still remaining timeless. Of course, I'm talking about the traditional animated movies, the early CGI movies. CGI has definitely evolved quite a bit in the last 20-30 years. But you look at something like Snow White, and it definitely has the flair of illustrations from the 30s, but yet it still remains timeless. I think that's the beauty of animated features. I mean, the fact that I grew up liking movies like Peter Pan and Snow White just as much as I did The Lion King, Aladdin, and Beauty and the Beast that says something to the timelessness of these movies. So for me, I think I look at The Lion King remake and I'm like, and for me it's like, well, this story's already been told. To be fair, it was kind of already told when the original Lion King came out, since it's pretty much, Hamlet, but with kitty cats. But this story, for me, it's been told, and it was told very well. The Lion King from 1994 was massively successful, both critically and commercially, and I feel that it was, in my mind, the capstone to the Disney Renaissance, the Disney animated Renaissance. In fact, to this day, the original Lion King remains my favorite Disney animated film, and I absolutely love it, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. But I look at the Lion King remake, and I just woohoo. I mean, the trailer was impressive. I will say the way that they framed the shots with the music, it was very good at evoking nostalgia in me. But there was always just sort of this nagging voice in the back of my head that was like, well, yeah, but I've seen this. I've already, why do I need this, I think what I was really hoping to see in the new trailer, I was hoping that they were going to incorporate some of maybe the elements from the Broadway show. Because I love in the Broadway show, some of the songs, a good chunk of the songs have lyrics that are in Zulu and Swahili, and there seems to be more of an incorporation of different African cultures in the Broadway musical. And I guess I'm just really hoping that they do incorporate more African elements in the live action version. You know, if they have done that, I think actually that would make a strong case for its existence. It would be adding something to the original. It's just, the way that they're marketing it right now doesn't really give us many indications that that is in fact what they've done. They're marketing it as if it is almost like a video game HD remaster, where it's pretty much the same thing, just looking way more realistic. This sucks. You know what? Because I'm making a YouTube video, and I probably need to come down with some very binary opinion as to whether or not, like, it's either got to be fantastic or look like complete crap, and I'm falling somewhere in the middle where I'm a little bit ambivalent about it. But I don't know, those are sort of my ramblings. I'm trying to get more videos out more often, so I kind of want to start doing these. I figured this was related to the 90s kid stuff, since The Lion King was a big part of any 90s kids experience. But let me know how you guys are feeling. Are you guys excited for The Lion King? Did that trailer just get you amped? Are you guys not excited for The Lion King? You should tell me how you feel about Aladdin too, because I'm not sold on Aladdin in any way, shape, or form. That one I definitely feel negative about. Oh yeah, and by the way, just wanted to let everybody know that I do have a Patreon page that I have launched. You can join my page if you've got a couple of bucks to give me every month. That's great, that's fantastic. Feel free to donate. If you want to check out that page anyway, there are videos that I'm having to take down and edit so that it is more in line with copyright. I'm actually going to upload the old versions of those videos to my Patreon page. Not going to be put behind paywalls or anything like that. If you just want to visit the page to see the old videos, that's fantastic. And then while you're there, if you want to throw in a buck or two, that would be great. And the honor that you get if you do become a patron is that you get your name read out loud. Like Ramon Carpenter and Tony Barron, my two first patrons. I bought a Happy Meal, fed me for a day. Thank you.